On to you, Scorpio. So you Scorpios have the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Hermit. For some reason, I'm seeing a lot of these three cards in a lot of my readings. And I am shuffling up the cards. Well, must be a very important tone that the cards are trying to get me to understand, right? Something that's a commonality between them. So for you Scorpios, being the 8th zodiac sign, and then you get the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, walking away from the intellectual dishonesty. Anytime I get 8 cards, it usually represents an ending to a connection that you have with an idea, a person, a place, a thing, right? That you do not have a connection with, or you have a detachment with now, right? So you're not connected with that, whatever it is, the same way that you Scorpios used to. And then you have the Knight of Wands and the Hermit, which is, further expanding on that. The Knight of Wands, okay, and the Hermit speaks. Okay, the Knight of Wands and the Hermit speaks to, furthermore, how do I say? It speaks to this kind of, how do I say this? The Knight of Wands is a scenario really where it's a person or a situation that just, keeps happening to you. So I definitely see that, you Scorpios are over a particular event, right? Something that keeps happening to you that you Scorpios are very much so over with. A lot of you are very much so thinking that you don't really have to have this, and that you can do better without, and that it's best that you don't have this type of scenario. So the type of scenario, the Knight of Wands, probably fast scenarios, right? Person that all it is that they want to do is just immediately make you feel like you're in love, and the rushing, right? The trying to get you to go at such a fast pace to the point where you end up missing a whole lot of potential red flags about a person that you had enough time to actually sit back and observe, but you didn't, considering the fact that you just, considering the fact that you just spent so much time catering to the other person and hurrying up at their speed, right? So not necessarily talking about marriage, but you Scorpios are just understanding to be more careful, right? When you're getting to know other people, you realize that they want you to hurry up, right? They want you to speed things up very quickly. And you Scorpios are realizing that's one of the things that you have to learn to work on, is actually slowing down and being more patient. Because the person, you're talking to them, and it just seems like everything that you like, they like too, and it's like, this is either serendipity, right? Just a windfall of just everything matching up. Just serendipity. That's what serendipity is. Windfalls or extreme luck. Or it just seems like it's too good to be true. And a lot of you Scorpios are realizing from experience that it's not serendipity. It's too good to be true. The person basically wanted to be in a relationship so badly, they resorted to being a chameleon. They are telling you lies. They are convincing you that they are a person. They are your perfect match that you had in your head by listening to what you had to say to them and making certain deductions or assessments about you, and assuming the shape and the texture of the type of relationship significant other that they think that you Scorpios would like to see out of them. So the Strength card and the King of Swords, right? The Strength card is about, but now, it's more so about you Scorpios taking your time. A lot of you, realized that, no matter what the person is willing to offer you, regardless of if it's good, right? Or good, or if you and a person actually seem to get along, it's probably a very good idea for you to take your time. And the King of Swords now, right? The King of Swords is about how you Scorpios, yeah, you have to think about this. You have to really take your time and observe if you and the person are a good match. It's not just about rushing into anything with anyone and hurrying up to make a decision. It really is about making sure that you and the person even share values and even get along, right? You know, you don't feel lonely in a relationship because the person constantly has nothing to talk about, and you know, if you stop talking, then it's going to be a lot of silence because the person doesn't have anything to talk about. You have to pick the conversations constantly. I'm sorry, that's a dub for me. You know, that's a dub for me. I'm trying to tell y'all that I just the way that people date now, I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like a lot of you Scorpios are not with it either, because, you know, you Scorpios, you're raising the bar, if I'm being quite honest. Y'all are really raising the bar. You know, you don't want to have to deal with an empty relationship, because these relationships be empty. You know, thinking that you getting into a relationship with somebody that's good for you, and then it's like you trying to talk to them and you realize you're the one picking all the conversations. They don't have any kind of way to communicate with you, right? And if they do, it's quick. The two of you can never talk about anything or what have you or whatnot. It's just the vast majority of the time, it's about you. Vast majority of the time, it's about you just conversing really with yourself. You're picking the conversations, you're creating the subjects. They're just sitting back, listening, right? Or acting like they're listening, right? Just feeding you back information and stuff like this. You know, so the Ten of Pentacles now is about, you know, you don't want that. You know, you actually want to, you Scorpios actually want to feel like the person is contributing actively to this, and you're being active yourself and receiving, and they're being active and receiving also. You know, it has to be two people. You Scorpios are tired of feeling lonely. You know, you're not alone as far as a singular person, but you're lonely in the sense that this person doesn't really have your back because they don't really have a mind of their own. They don't really, they're a mirror, they're a chameleon. They don't really have a mind of their own, right? And the only thing that it seems like they do have a mind of their own about is they're just a parasite, because that's what parasites are. Parasites are mindless for the most part, not always. And they take a little bit away from you at a time, and you think that it's, you know, it's nothing too serious up until they've drained enough from you, and then you notice a big problem with it because it comes slowly and then all at once. But the Nine of Swords now, the Knight of Swords, okay? Yeah, you Scorpios want a peace of mind when you're going to call yourself, you know, being with somebody. You know, if you feel like you're lonely in this thing, it's not going to work. And I just see a lot of you Scorpios are not settling. You're not taking, you know, that back seat of that. You know, you Scorpios are not going to be like, well, the person looks good and the person is willing to do what I want them to, right? Like you know, you Scorpios actually want them to have some sort of substance, right? Or like they plan hard to get is, y'all could tell that I'm just bored of dating in the United States because it's just goofy. It's just the goofiest. It's beyond goofy, you know? Feeling so alone in relationships, you know? So, not even alone, but feeling so lonely in relationships. Always got to be the one to start the conversation, you know what I mean? The majority of the times. And then the person who, you know, 9 times out of 10, they don't really have too much to add. And it's like, and then they playing stupid. I don't understand what's wrong. What's wrong is What's wrong is I don't want a dog. You know, I don't want a dog, nor do I want an overly combative, outrageous individual. Their idea of substance and giving me something to intellectually chew on is a person who wants to cause me headaches. That's not what I want either. So the Page of Wands and the High Priestess, I definitely feel your pain, Scorpio. I definitely feel it. Because the Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess is, you know, again, you can take it or leave it. You know, you Scorpios really are being very watchful about the quality of the people that you will allow to get close to you. The High Priestess, you will leave them. Not only will you leave them, but you'll take a break. Your peace of mind and the happiness that you Scorpios have achieved being alone, right? You by yourself, single, right? Is better than for you to get to know someone where you're lonely in the connection, right? Technically it's two people, but spiritually it's only one person. And that's heavy, what I just said right there. That's real heavy. You know, I've felt that many a times myself. You know, you're talking with the person or whatnot, they have nothing to add. Then when you reach out to them to say, what's up? I'm interested in trying to find out why is that you calling me. These people are so mentally ill. They are so mentally gone. They're so daft. Anyway, let's clarify the High Priestess. Six of Cups. The King of Cups. Queen of Swords. Ten of Cups. And then you have the Four of Wands. A parasite is going to do what a parasite is going to do. When they see that you Scorpios are, if you Scorpios are in any kind of connection with anybody, this is what's happening to you right now. If you Scorpios right now are with somebody, right, or you're just now getting out of this connection with somebody, they're going to try to come back to you because they're used to you. And a leech is going to do what a leech does, right? They have to find some sort of host. So since you were the latest host, I should say, they're going to reach for you, okay, and see if you're still there. Don't allow yourself don't allow them to attach to you. Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Four of Wands, they will tell you anything, you know, including that, you know, they will work on, you know, they'll do whatever they want, or they'll make it seem like they'll do whatever they want. That's the desperation of them trying to make it seem like they're actually changing. You have to remember, you have to take into consideration, Scorpio, that leeches do not have spiritual advancement. Leeches are artificial animals. Leeches are artificial animals. Okay? Okay? They're not really meant to exist, but they do because the leeches are a physical manifestation of the consciousness of the human beings. That's a whole other subject for another day. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website, the Wix website, where it has tarot readings, birth chart readings, as well as books that I have that are on Amazon. Also, too, if you'd like to contact me for a personal reading as well, another way for you to do that is to contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com.